Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your boy Meech. Today I'm gonna do something stupid and I'm gonna take my rear rack off. Why would you do that? Because I personally don't use this thing. It's a catch-all nowadays, so it doesn't do much work for me. I did put this on here because I had the idea to ride around and make stops and have something to lock my stuff in, but I don't want to do that anymore. So I want to remove the rear rack. Most rear racks have a rear tail light on it, which is kind of strange. So now you're just gonna have a dangling piece of electronic if you have nowhere else to put it. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need one of these doohickeys here. It's a rear tail light relocation bracket. It actually mounts to the bottom of your seat. And then you obviously clamp it with the screws. The way my seat is made, it does not do that, unfortunately. So I have to modify my seat. Good thing is I don't have to destroy it structurally, which is good to know. First, we'll start off with the weight of me. This is my weight currently with my phone in my hand, and this is the weight of the bike with all the crap on it. Yeah, that's a hefty number there. It's quite some poundage if you ask me, and that's including the motorcycle storage tote with everything in it that I carry. I do have a new storage tote coming in to replace this one because you still need some kind of storage on any bike, but it just makes it easier and you don't have to worry about it. So we're gonna get right to this, and I'm gonna start modifying my seat, unfortunately. So there's that. First thing you're gonna do, well, I have to do at least, is remove my seat. You probably don't need to remove your seat. Obviously, it's just a bracket, but I have to do this because my fancy new seat doesn't have the proper hookups to do this. So I gotta loosen my seat. Take the 13 mil wrench, both sides. Just like that, it is off. As stated before, typical seats, they look like this. Then you take the bracket, if I can get it out. Then you take the bracket, and it'll go like this. Actually, I have this upside down because I was trying to do it off camera before this. So take this off. Goes in like this, and then the top piece goes on and clamps it down. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it typically works. There's no space still here for your seat bracket to go back on, but in this case, you can't do that. Let's loosen this up just a little bit more. Those of you with aftermarket seats here, go like this, go like that, and now you can't really get it in there. So that's where I'm at right now with this current seat. So what I want to do is I don't use this handle as much as you'd think. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, I figure out which way it goes. I'm gonna drill some holes through here. Because on the back of this one, there's the nuts here, and then I'm gonna mount the seat relocation bracket through these two holes with the two bolts through the top, so that you can still use the nuts on the back of there, and that's where we're gonna do right now. Just like drilling into the wall, you want to find a bit that is roughly the same size as the thing you're trying to screw in there, and I might need something slighter than this. Slightly bigger than this, but we'll start with this, and you can always make it bigger, but you can't make it smaller. So we're gonna start off by at least finding some kind of center, but I don't know if I could do that with the camera on. Give me 1 second. Off camera, I was able to freehand some little pilot holes there. I don't have any punch or anything like that, but that's as center as I can get it between these two little posts here. And if it's off, that's okay. Like I said, most seats look like this, so you probably won't have to deal with this. You could just mount it here, call it a day, and get on with your life. But I got rid of this seat, so I have to deal with this seat. And this is something I usually don't grab. And if I do need to grab it, there's still a lot more plastic left to still use it as a something to grab. But I love the smell of burning plastic in the afternoon. Ooh, got a little hairy there. Yummy. Burnt plastic. Gosh, I hope this works. All right. So put the bolt in the back of that. Bolt in the back of that, or excuse me, nut. And they are nylon washers, so they will stand the test of time. Oof. Yeah, definitely gonna need a bigger one. Or I could just ream out the hole a little bit more. See if that worked. Hey-o. We got something. Cool. Oop. I'm just using the toolkit that came with the e-bike. All right. Like I said, it's not the straightest, but it's definitely on there, and it'll work as it should. And then flat side facing outward, it'll go here. Bolt goes through it like that, and then the nylon washer or a nylon bolt on the other side. Sweet. It's not pretty, but it'll work. Next step, we're gonna remove this rack, but first we have to remove the tail light because obviously there's a cable on that, and there's a wire on the other side. So you got to snip those wire ties, remove this, or at least get it out the way. And then for my bike, there's 8 bolts or 4 bolts. There's one there. We'll take those out and put those bolts back in there as to, protect the threads if I ever want to put the rack back on there. And I'm not going to bother taking the storage tote off because it makes no sense. I could just leave it on there, and if I ever need it, put it back on. I'm going to do those off camera real quick, and we'll see what it looks like. Well, that's it without the rack. Put the bike on the scale, and wow, look at that. That is almost 10 pounds off the bike. Obviously, it's still an e-bike. It's going to be heavy, but yeah. And then I put the little bracket on with the light. Unfortunately, the cable was not long enough, even after going into the little box down there, speed controller, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, a lot happened off camera. So I had to route it this way. And I didn't need to go behind this one and then through here, but it was a lot of extra cable. And it's weird how this thing hooks up because it's like an L shape. I think it should just be a straight plug, but I guess that's what they do. That's what they did. Just to confirm it works. I'm gonna turn this on. Oh, wrong button. That would help. Okay, boom. Let me turn the lights on. Still works the same. Brake light, of course, still works. Nothing really changed except the fact that now there's no rack on the back. So other than that, it's just a regular e-bike. I'm gonna test this out, of course. A few other videos I want to do. I don't really need the video showing the little storage tote on that goes on top of the down tube there, because that's pretty much self-explanatory. I am gonna do brakes on this thing. I don't know if I need rotors, but I'll probably inspect them while I'm doing the brakes on here, because I do have 500 miles on this now, and yeah, it's been pretty good. And like I said, I don't use my rack, so if you have a high peak, that's pretty much the case. If you don't want to mount if you don't want to use your tail light, you don't have to. It actually unplugs, of course. You see the little L-shaped plug that I showed you guys there, and you can tuck the wires where the controller goes. Or there's a disconnect, you just unplug it. I think the bike should work even if that's unplugged. It'll probably just show an error code on the display there. That's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I did that. You don't have to do that. I was pretty much bored, and I was like, you know what? Might as well. I got the mounting bracket, so might as well do it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Any questions, obviously drop it down in the description below, and have a good day.